Hey guys, Pastor Chet coming back with you today with another daily devotion we like to call Vitalmin. That's right. Day 2, VBS. Man, we had over 160 something kids here last night. I don't know exactly how many it was. We had kids running everywhere from 6 to 8:30, and it was an awesome night. Awesome night, man. We got so many volunteers back at working, and I'm so thankful for each and every one of them. We couldn't do it without them. But I wanted to jump on and just share a little something that happened to me this past weekend. I had the opportunity Saturday to go down to the bluff and do some baptizing, right? Mayor and Terry Bloodsworth were having a family reunion down there, and she reached out and said, look, would you be willing to do that? So that's an honor, an absolute honor to get to do that. And I'll get to that story in a minute. But before I got there, early Saturday morning, I had to go to College Park to pick up Cisco food order. The Father's Day breakfast was Sunday morning, and I had to go pick the food up Saturday to so we could have that breakfast, right? So I get to heading up there, I get to Fayetteville, get up there, just north of Fayetteville, headed to College Park, pull up to a red light, and my left front tire decides it has had enough, and it explodes sitting right there at the red light. So, I mean, pop straight to the ground, just that fast. And I'm like, oh my goodness, man. And all I can think about was Cisco closes at 12. I'm supposed to be at the river, by 12. What am I going to do? This was probably 8:30, I'm guessing. So I knew I had plenty of time to get up there, get back to the church and all that, but wasn't expecting a flat. So now I'm like, my goodness, I got to find a parking lot to pull into or something to get off this road. And I look to my right, and I have my tire decides to explode right in front of a Goodyear tire store. So man, God is just all in this thing, right? I mean, and I never even got frustrated. I never got, what am I going to do? I mean, nothing. I just pulled right down into this tire store, got out, went in. The lady says, "Oh yeah, we can get you a set of tires. We got them today." She said, "The problem is, you're 15th in line, and we got to go 10 minutes down the road to the warehouse to get the tires." And I said, "That's fine. I'm at your mercy right now." So called Kelly. She had to go get the Cisco order. Everything worked out fine. 2.5 hours at the tire store, and I'm headed back to the house to give me some clothes and head to the river to baptize. So let's get to the river, right? Get down there. Terry introduces me to the folks. When I pull in down there, there's people everywhere. There's probably 1,000 people down there, right? I'm talking about from one end to the other, just solid folks. And so we get together, our little group, Terry's group, probably 30 and her family maybe, and we start making our way down to the river. We go down, walk down the boat ramp. There's people everywhere. People putting in canoes, people putting in boats, people in the river throwing footballs and all. So we get out there and I start talking, and it's just like all the people around us just stopped what they were doing and started watching the baptism, man. I was telling Pastor Ryan about it. It was so cool. I got chill bumps now just thinking about it, man. And it was so cool. And I would introduce each one, and I baptized 4. Introduce each one, and man, it just blessed my heart, because every time I do it, and we baptize here, we ask family and friends to stand up, and everybody claps, and I didn't say none of that down there, but man, every time I would introduce and baptize, so everybody around us would just go crazy. And it was such an awesome experience to get to be a part of. And I want to thank Terry, and I want to thank Mayron, and the baptism is, we know what that's symbolic of, right? And it completes no process or nothing. And a lot of those folks down there really didn't even understand what was going on, I'm sure. But, it just goes back to one of my life verses. And it don't matter if you're at the river, eating lunch or a family reunion or whatever you're doing. Colossians 3:17 says, whatsoever you do in word or deed, do in the name of the Lord. So everything that we do, whether we're cutting grass, whether we're, no matter what we're doing, guys, take a moment, because anything that we do, can be a form of worship to the Lord if we're lifting him up, right? And we talked about that in another video. So, but it was just a blessing to me to get to go down there and just, man, and worship. I mean, that was a form of worship, what we were able to do. So, I'm going to challenge you, whatever you're doing today, tomorrow, the next day, the next week, do it in the name of the Lord. Let's lift him up. Let's be honoring and pleasing to him. And I know he'll honor that. So love you. We'll talk to you next time.